Today I'm going to show the common folk that can't read these books and really don't like to call nobody for help how to tighten, how to adjust if need be, and check this drive belt. I'll take these screws off. 6 screws. Alright, through the magic of video and my son, 10-year-old's awesomeness editing this for me, here's what it looks like with the cover off. Just kind of looking, inspecting everything right now. The drive belt looks very loose, but that's not how you check it. Made that mistake myself first time I did this. What you're gonna do is you're gonna turn the ignition key on to 3 and engage the blade. Now you saw what happened there, maybe you didn't. It tightened up. Now this is how we're gonna check the thing. So if you look, what you wanna do is you're gonna get you a ruler. It's gotta be long enough to go from this pulley up to that pulley over there. Any other shorter than that, you're not going pulley to pulley, you're not gonna get a good reading on your gauge. So let me get everything together here. All right, I got my straight edge. 26.5 inches long is what I ended up with for whatever reason, but it does go from pulley to pulley. So I'm gonna position this straight edge going inside this bottom first, and then I'm gonna take it up here and I'm gonna run it behind this little spring dilly. I don't know if that's the word. All right, what that's gonna do, all right, so I put this ruler in here, straight edge, and I'm going from this bottom pulley, it's tied up against that, and I run it inside all the way past the little spring and then into against the pulley. So as you can tell, I got a good straight edge that when I push that belt in, I'm gonna be able to get a reading. Okay. So now what we use to read this is a little tool that comes with your saw, and you're gonna run this O-ring all the way down to 0. All right, and on this end, you got a little O-ring. You can put a piece of tape, do whatever, but you're gonna go to 7/16, about that second dot. And what you want is the flex. You're gonna check the flex of this belt against the straight edge to see how far it moves. So you're gonna put this plunger in your palm. It's gonna be hard to do holding the camera. Hold on, let me set something up. So maybe you could see a little bit here. I'm gonna put the straight edge in here, running hard against that pulley, and I want 7/16 needs to be around 18 pounds. This O-ring is gonna give you that reading. You run it all the way down to 0. Check this about in the middle of that belt between the 2 pulleys, and you're gonna have to look over here and push till you hit that 7/16 O-ring. Now what that tells me, this O-ring slid up and it gives me a reading about 19 pounds. So anywhere between 18 and 20. It's really pretty good. I thought it was going to be loose because I've cut for about, I don't know, about 25 hours and haven't really messed with it or anything. But anyway, that's giving me a pretty good reading. I'm going to do it again just to make sure everything's snug. I wish somebody would have done this for me. First time I did this, I didn't know what the heck was going on. All right, let's read it again. Middle of the belt, middle of the pulleys, pushing in, 7/16. That's right at 20 pounds. Okay, so no adjustment needed this time. But if it did, I'm gonna show you a little bit of a trick that I wish somebody would have told me. Okay. All right, so say you checked it and it was on 15 or 14 pounds. You need to check the diesel after 5 hours of use in the initial setting, and then 20 hours on the gas. But if it did need tightening, this turnbuckle here is the key to it. So right now, these bottom nuts, those are your lock nuts, they're tight and snug against everything. That's how you want it when it's running. Okay, these things get loose, it can cause a lot of trouble. I think it probably tear some stuff up. All right, so say if it was loose, you needed to tighten it, this is a two-way turnbuckle. It adjusts at the top and at the bottom. You only want to do one, either top or bottom. Don't do both of them, because it's going to really get confusing. But loosen this lock nut up here. If you have more threads up here and less threads here, go ahead and tighten this one up. Everywhere you got the most threads, that's where you're going to want to start with. But whether it's here or here, loosen these lock nuts. Go ahead and loosen them all. It won't hurt to loosen them. And then you making the adjustments right here on this nut, the second nut away, the first nut away from the lock nut. And you'll turn that one way or the other. Forgot it right off the bat, and I'll look it up. Whatever way it starts turning and getting tighter, you know you're going the right way. And then once you check it again, go through the ruler, check the pressure again to 7/16. When it's right at 18, it don't take much. Go ahead and adjust it. When it's right at 18, tighten everything down and go with it. Now, if you got a whole bunch of ways to go, you want to do both of them. Do one, get a few more threads showing, come down here and do this one and get a few more threads. Now, this is the opposite. One of them goes one way to tighten it, and the other one goes the other way to tighten it. So it was really confusing that first time. I actually had this whole thing fall off because I thought it was a one-way buckle. But anyway, if you got any more questions, you could PM me or whatever. Maybe we could help you out. All right. So when you're done with all the adjustments, you need to make sure, number one priority, go back over here and disengage that blade, because you don't want to try to start it with that blade engaged. And when you do that, everything's going to loosen back up. This is normal, even though it might feel like it's too loose. When you got it tight, another little thing to check, let me re-engage it. Up here at this spring, that belt ought to be 1/8, maybe 1/16 of an inch off of that guide when it's tight. Shouldn't be, you know, you should have a little room in there to slide something small, a small piece of wood. Let's see here. This is about that's probably about a little bit wider. Get down here a little bit, about 1/16 here. And we'll see if that thing slides under there. Oh yeah, that's got just enough clearance there. So then, like I said, be sure to disengage. Everything's gonna loosen up. Everything's gonna go back into position. And then you can kill the key so you can reinstall the cover. You're ready to go again. Thanks for watching my video. Hopefully I helped. If not, maybe steered you in the right direction at least. When I get a little bit more information, I learn more, I'll try to pass it on, because there's nothing like information. All right, appreciate y'all.